you big strong man. Uncle Sam needs your help again. He's got himself in a terrible jam. Way down yonder in Vietnam. So put down your book.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy thing to do, go back to hunting after I came home. So.
Because it reminded you?
Who wanted a gun then, you know?
When did you come back?
Well, I came back from Nam in October 66, I guess it was.
When did you go?
When did I go? June of 65.
So you were there over a year.
Yeah,
What branch of service were you, Arlo?
Army.
Army. What was your particular training? What did you do?
Well, I was supposed to be a mechanic, but they gave me a rifle and told me, here's your wrench.
You knew how to use it, but that wasn't what you were planning on.
No, that wasn't what I was planning on. I was supposed to be a diesel mechanic when I signed up to go in.
How'd you feel about that?
Well, you're a soldier, you do what you're told. Don't pay the bitch, who you gonna bitch to? Signed up to do your job, you do your job, and whatever it is what it is.
I think that most of the people that end up in combat are doing what you just said. They're following orders and the traditional values that you do respect authority and that sort of thing. I know that war can really change people, and I'd be interested in knowing a little about who you were before you were ever in the service. What were some of the things that made you happy?
Hunting and fishing.
Hunting and fishing?
So she was having a tough time making it, and I turned 17, and I said, what the hell?
Yeah.
Join the service.
Makes sense. Yeah, you had a rough childhood.
Yeah, I had a good time when I was a child. I mean, it wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
Just because you got a father that's a horse's ass, you know, you got uncles and other people that still care about you.
Does sound like that.
Try to teach you stuff and be nice to you and teach you how to be a decent person, you know.
That's good.
I think my father was a pretty good man if you got through his problems, and you know, he was a good God-fearing man. If he'd have taken care of his problems,
would have all been different.
Yeah, it would have all been different, but that's shoulda, woulda, coulda if only it had it, but it ain't a gonna.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It brings up a lot of emotion in me that I don't need to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this Vietnam War shit brings up a lot of emotion too, but
yeah.
I don't need to deal with that either, but they tell me you deal with it and it gets easier, so I deal with the old man, I deal with the Vietnam War.
Yeah. You're courageous to do that.
Stupid maybe.
No, you're courageous.
Anyway.
Did you see a lot of combat, Arlo?
5 minutes is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it is.
I guess I've seen as much as some and more than others, and other people seen a lot more than me.
Yeah.
I feel for all of them, even if they weren't, even if they didn't. I left home a stupid little kid, and there wasn't anything going on in this country. I mean, no protesting, no nothing, no war.
It was, people didn't understand even what we were getting into.
Well,
yeah.
I went through my basic training and everything else, and stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado. And I got orders to go to Fort Riley, Kansas, and that's when they gave me a rifle. And then they said we're going to Vietnam, and we had to train for this. And well, this is okay, you know, mechanized infantry, so you get tanks and everything else. Well, they demechanized before we went to Vietnam, so everything was straight leg.
So when you were there, are you aware of ways that you were changing, that your worldview was changing, that that you felt confronted in terms of your values, and Did you ever feel challenged, that your values were challenged?
Well, I don't think I really felt challenged on any of it. I mean, your values, you still had them even after you did some of the things you did. You still had your values, even though you had gone against them, but you don't have a whole lot of choice in some of the matters, you know. You either do
Life
what
or
you
death.
do or you ain't there.
Yeah, so
So
sometimes doing what you had to do was absolutely necessary, but it caused you to have,
well, yeah, like they say, you know, I left the boy, come home a man. Hell, I was
Yeah.
40 years old when I come home.
after a year.
And,
Yeah.
I was an old man by then. I'd seen too much, done too much, been too many places already.
Was it hard to come back?
Yeah, I mean, when I came home, it was all, God, what a joke. They took all my military clothing. They took basically everything I had and burned it. Gave me civilian clothes, and
Did they explain?
yeah, pretty much told me what was going on.
How'd you feel?
Kind of numb. I mean, just kind of blown away that these people in this country were treating people that had been fighting for their country, you know. They were treating us this way, spitting on people, beating them, shooting them. This, I don't know if it's this country or this particular war did to people.
Yes.
It pretty much drove a wedge between me and everybody.
Yes.
And
Made you into an island.
I don't want people around me. You open that garage and there won't be even nobody here but me. Because if you two got any brains, you'd be out the door. When I came home, the VA wouldn't even talk to me.
That's terrible.
They told me there was nothing wrong with me. If I'd quit drinking, I wouldn't have all my problems.
That's
I
terrible.
said, well, you know, maybe if I didn't have all the problems, I wouldn't drink so goddamn much.
Yeah.
Okay?
What were some of the problems that you went to them for help with early on, Arlo? Just,
In here.
were you having nightmares?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Were you feeling guilt? Do you feel guilt ever?
Well, yeah, you feel guilt, you feel anger, you feel just a total run of emotions up and
Yeah.
down the ladder 100 miles an hour. You got no control, you can't stop it.
And that's kind of all the time.
And then violence comes as soon as somebody says something to piss you off, and then, you know, you don't.
What do you do with the anger that you must necessarily feel at times? How do you deal with that?
Today,
Yeah?
I say to myself, I don't get angry.
Does it work?
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah, it works for me. I might get a little boisterous here during this conversation, but I made my peace with the Lord.
And you found some ways to deal with your anger,
Yeah.
but some guys haven't.
Some guys probably never will because they're never going to forget and forgive, and they're never going to come forward and discuss this kind of stuff, what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's, and I would like to help them all, but I don't know how to help them.
How do you, the ones that you know, what are you able to do?
Just talking with them and sharing
Yeah.
things from the past, and
Listening.
you know, and I mean, I can sit down in a room full of veterans that I've never seen before, and I feel safe.
Yeah.